Give you a quick tour of conversations within Humbug. So conversations are a fundamental building block of our dialogue with an AI. And so we have some unusual features that we added to make that as easy as possible. So I'm going to start by opening a new conversation. We already have a mind space open, so that makes it nice and easy. So we start a new conversation. In this case, it's going to start by talking to our default AI backend, which at the moment is Gemini Flash. So we can sort of say hello to it and it will respond back. But one of the things we wanted to be able to do with our conversation engine was we wanted to be able to talk to multiple AIs at the same time. And we also wanted to be able to solve a problem that we discovered while we were working with AIs. So the problem we discovered was that you can start having quite long conversations. You can build up lots of information, lots of knowledge about a particular conversation. And then you get to a point where you're not sure what to do next, or you're not sure how the AI's response is going to affect things from that point onwards. So one of the things that we wanted to be able to do was to be able to say, we'll take a checkpoint of that conversation and we'll try something out. And if that works, then we'll carry on with that one. And if it doesn't work, we can come back to where we were. So we call this forking a conversation. So we're basically splitting it in two. So what we're going to do here now is we are going to fork this conversation. And when we fork a conversation, we get another one. I'm just going to show it in a slightly different column so you can see it side by side. So you can see we've got two identical conversations here, but if you look at the top, they've got different names, but they started exactly the same way. And the reason for doing that is we can now try something out where we'll take the conversation in a different way. So we're going to say goodbye in this one, and maybe we're going to ask something different. So now we've got two conversations that started exactly the same way, and we can do this again. So what we can actually do is we could fork this one again. So if we weren't sure what we're going to do next, we can fork this conversation. So we now have another one, and again we can put that side by side, and you can see all three of these conversations started exactly the same way, and then two of them split off, and then those two themselves have now changed. And so I could ask something completely random. And this is now going off in a completely different direction. And so now we've got three different conversations, although they all started with exactly the same point. So the other thing we can do within Humbug, as well as having these conversations like this, is we can actually pull conversations back from previous ones we've had in the past. So in fact, this is the conversation we just had. But I can also pull back conversations from, in this case, a few days ago, where I was discussing some features of the software itself and how we might actually modify and change it. And you can do exactly the same thing there. You can actually fork the conversations, and it also means you can save them. You can come back to them later. So that was a quick tour of capabilities of conversations. If you're interested in what we're doing, you can follow us on YouTube, and you can also check out our website at m6r.ai. Thank you for watching.